Good morning, Standard 8. Let us continue with the chapter Determination of Density of an Irregular Solid. The irregular solids, such as, for example, if we are to find out the density of a piece of a stone, then to find out its density, we are to find out the mass of the stone and we are to find out the volume. We can find out the mass of the stone using a physical balance. Using a physical balance, we can find out the mass m of the stone. Physical balance, beam balance, we can find m, the mass of the stone. For finding out the volume, what is done is a measuring cylinder is taken and water is taken up to a certain level. When the stone is immersed into the measuring cylinder, the level of water rises and the difference between the two levels of water gives the volume. So volume will be given by V2 minus V1, where V2 is the rise in the level of water when the stone is immersed and V1 is the original level of water. So density will be equal to mass by volume by this method, which is equal to V2 minus V1. In place of a measuring cylinder, this is a measuring cylinder. To find the volume, this is a measuring cylinder which is used to find the volume and mass with the help of physical balance. In place of the measuring cylinder, you can also use a Eureka can. A Eureka can be used and we can find out the volume by the same method. Whatever extra water rises up when the irregular solid is immersed is collected into another beaker, and the volume of that water gives the volume of the stone. So that could also be used. Otherwise, with the help of a measuring cylinder, you can find out the volume and hence its density. Next is determination of density of a liquid. For example, say milk. Once again, the formula remains same. Density is equal to mass by volume. To find out the mass of a liquid, we will use a physical balance. Using a physical balance, what we do is take a beaker and take its mass using a physical balance. Let the mass of the beaker be M1. Then take the milk in a, up to a certain level, pour the milk into a measuring cylinder. Say up to this level is 50. So up to 50 ml, pour the milk into a measuring cylinder. Therefore, volume will be how much? Volume will be 50 ml. And 50 ml is the same as 50 centimeter cube. Okay, 1 ml is 1 centimeter cube. So this is how simply take up to 50 ml in the measuring cylinder. That will give the volume of the milk. Now what to do is, this milk is to be poured into this beaker whose mass is taken with the help of a physical balance. And when it is poured into that beaker, its mass is taken again, and let that mass of the beaker with milk, how much quantity of milk? 50 ml of milk, be M2. Therefore, mass of milk will be M2 minus M1. Suppose this is 60 grams and this one is say 20 grams, mass of the beaker 20. So 60 minus 20 will be 40 grams as the mass of the milk. So we find the mass of the milk as M2 minus M1 and volume as the given volume using a measuring cylinder, and therefore density will be equal to M2 minus M1 by V. This is how we determine the density of a liquid.